we just came to this coffee shop to check it out for a possible podcast photo shoot, and you reminded me of a memory from years ago that I did not remember until you told me that is a God story. What is that story?
It is, I think it's a super cool God moment that I haven't thought about in years. So years ago, this coffee shop used to be owned by a Christian couple. And we had just got back from one of our Iraq trips with the Yazidis, the victims of ISIS. And I had just received in the mail from a long-term worker. She had called me and said, "Hey, Anna, some of the survivors that were, trafficked by ISIS, they've made these necklaces, part of their therapy. They've made these necklaces. Could you sell them for us?" And I had told her, like, I don't know how to really sell necklaces. But, if you're okay with sending them to me and let's just see what Jesus does, sure, mail them to me. So I had just gotten them in the mail, stuck them in my glove box, and then I had to meet a friend here at this very coffee shop. And I went and did my little order, and the lady behind the counter, I was telling her how, I work with refugees. And she goes, "Will you follow me to the back?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." I follow strangers to the back room. My husband gets after me for that. I'll follow puppies and apparently coffee owners to the back room, no problem. And so she goes, "I've been looking for, she goes, do you know where I could get some necklaces or jewelry made by refugees? I want to start selling them at the coffee shop." And I said, "Hold on while I ugly cry." Because I happen to have some in the car. And so for over a year, this coffee shop used to sell Yazidi necklaces that they had made, and they would collect the money and I'd come in and get it and ship it off for those Yazidi girls. And so Naghmeh and I were just having coffee, and we felt like we wanted to share that story with you, how God really knows the little details. And, and maybe God's asking you to do something and you're like, "I don't know how to do it." And so maybe this will be your sign to step out in faith and just say yes to God and trust Jesus with the results. And while we're on the subject, I'm sorry, who did you say is your favorite
Podcaster?
Podcaster? And under duress. Blink twice if you need to be rescued, Naghmeh.
Sorry, Melody.
She said Melody first. We'll show that clip. So, gonna record here. We'll just talk.
You're my favorite podcaster.
Thank you.
Melody.
That was pretty quick. That was pretty good. And you know what? You're my favorite too, Melody. So we're just messing around.
I was also going to add one thing is the timing. Like a lot of times you're like, God does something and you're like, what am I going to do? And then like soon after something else happens and you were so dumb shoot, like God kind of puts two and two together. Like you just put the jewelry in your glove box and then someone literally asked you right after you did that, like, "I want to sell jewelry." The coffee shop asked that. So I mean, it's amazing to see God work things out where you're like, "I don't have resources, I don't know how this is going to work, but I can pray." And then seeing how God works in like amazing ways that with resources you might not have ever thought of, and people and bringing things together. So yeah, this is such an inspirational story of faith and prayer and seeing God take care of refugees and Yazidis in Iraq to just
Simple.
from Boise.
I know. I just love it. And I love you guys. And I love this lady. And Melody, we miss you. And move to Boise because we miss you. Bye.